And now it's time for the ridiculous.
What kinds of things make people piss?
And how many suitors exactly has she dismissed?
Siri, what are some locations for a lover's tryst?
Oh, darling, surely there must be a list.
A list?
A list?
A list? You're telling me it's all here on this bleeding list? That's preposterous and ludicrous.
Well, actually, it's all quite
ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous.
Welcome to The Ridiculous. I'm Sally Brooks.
And I'm Jen O'Neill. And we are back with a very, very special return guest who may or may not have begged us to come back on. Our favorite person in the world, celebrity chef Dustin Harder.
The crowd that we can't hear is going crazy. Hello, darlings. It's great to see you both.
Hi.
Thank you. So good to see your face.
Yes, I did beg to be back on, so thank you. Thank you.
Well, no, he didn't beg. He just said, hey, here's my availability. And I was like, tomorrow. We're getting you on tomorrow.
And I was like, how many episodes are we doing? I'm free for about 3 or 4. Let's go. Let's knock them out.
Yeah, 3 or 4. 3 or 4. We're totally doing 3 or 4.
I'm living for it. I love the list. When you were on hiatus, I missed you. All the things. Like I can't. When the new episodes, I didn't see right when it came out. So then I had like 4 episodes to listen to in a row, and I was so happy to be able to binge it because when I don't have it, I get very upset. So I'm glad you're back.
And I always know when Dustin's on a binge because my phone blows up with a bunch of like random, like, you're wrong about this and you're wrong about that. And I disagree or I agree. And I'm like, what are we even talking about?
There was one, Jen, where I was sure you were wrong about something. And before I text you, I Googled it and you were correct. And I was
what
like,
was it? I
cannot recall right now, but you were definitely correct. Sally was potentially maybe disagreeing, and you were like, no, it's this thing. And I was like, no, Jen, you're wrong. Sally and I are correct. And then I Googled it, and I was like, damn, Jen was right. So...
And you're not, and you don't know what it is.
I don't. It's on one of the last 4 at the beginning of the last 4. But I will say this. I wanted to chime in about celebrity encounters if I can. Can I tell a small celebrity encounter?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going back like a couple episodes. But first of all, I've had many celebrity encounters. But this one...
And you are a celebrity, so...
Please. Every day is an encounter in the mirror. I was in Kansas City filming my web series, The Vegan Roadie, and we were at this vegan restaurant called Food, F-U-D. Feud. And Sarah Silverman walked in. She was playing there that night, and she's there, and she's eating, and I'm like, oh my God. Sarah Silverman's going to be like, we need to produce this. This is like, I was like, this is my moment. My web series is going to become a TV show. Sarah Silverman's going to back it. She's, I guess, vegan maybe. And I was like, this is happening. And then in the middle of it, not funny. Well, it's in the middle of it, I'm filming. A girl in this very tiny restaurant has a full-on seizure and falls to the floor. Sarah Silverman like shoots into action and is like, everybody back up. And we all back up. And then I go outside because I'm like, this is intense. What can I do? I can't do anything. Like, I'm just breathing like in this room with other people. We all need to like move out of the way. And I go outside. She runs out and she goes, call the police right now. Call emergency. Call 911. And I was like, on it. So like Sarah Silverman told me to do that. And I did it. And then everything was fine. They came, got the girl. They took her away. She was fine. Later we found out everything was okay. But it was this intense moment. Then later I tweeted Sarah Silverman something like, I think I got a picture with her after. I think I was like, can we get a photo? Like it was all just
wouldn't you? Then, you're like, we just had this intense experience together.
Well, and then I I tweeted the photo or something, and she was like, that was some real life shit we went through today. And I was like, you're correct, Sarah Silverman. Where's my show deal? Where are we not on this? Anyways, that was one of my wild run-ins.
Were you a little mad that this girl's seizure kind of stole your spotlight?
Jen, obviously. Have we met?
I know.
I think I would have had a television show had not this person had not had the seizure. So thanks a lot.
I know.
I mean, all of these.
What if she was seizuring? Just Go with me on this journey. What if she was seizuring to get the attention of Sarah Silverman? What if she was like an open micer? Because we know open micers will go through great lengths
Oh yeah.
to get the attention.
People have done wild things. I don't know if you guys have heard of this podcast, a really good one that was on back in the day called Dumb Love. People did some stupid shit.
Oh my God. I loved that podcast.
It was a good one.
Yep.
I heard the hosts of that show were really good, really, really good looking.
I heard they were
And
hot.
smart.
And so
And
smart.
Yeah,
and
smart too.
funny.
And smart. Yeah, and funny. Yes.
mhm.
Yep.
Well, that's amazing. I feel like you should reach out to her again and be like, remember,
And be like,
you
Sarah,
still owe me something.
look
If
at us
I
now.
Just
If I know me, I think I probably already have tried another tweet and been like, we can do this, right? Like, we can get this. I did. Now here's like I did casually slide my business card onto her table as I was leaving. And I remember her being like, looking down like, the fuck?
Oh God.
Like, if in case I need somebody to call the police in the future.
Yep.
What?
And I was
Yeah.
like, as I left, I was like, that was not the cool. That was bad.
my-
That was dumb.
did you
That was
rethink
very
that
dumb.
move for the
I
next
did,
like
I
6
did.
months every
Could you-
night?
Yes.
bad?
Yes. Could you imagine though if I'm like, I slide it, see her make a look, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't. That's not for you. I'm just kidding. Sorry. And I like snatch it back. No. Just,
Oh, this was not the shot I needed to shoot.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
Nope.
Oh God.
Ah.
That's so funny.
Well, I
And
like
now
that.
I feel like it's on the tip of my brain and I'll think of it later, but I have a feeling it was like we were talking about an actress and I was like, no, it was not that actress. It was this actress.
That you
in
were
the
right
thing.
about something?
Does that sound right? Yeah.
Let it go.
Oh, was
Let
it-
go.
No, I can't though.
Was it when we were talking about Empire Records? And
Yes,
it was
and it
like
was
Liv
Renee
Tyler,
Zellweger.
and I was like, it's that other lady who
Yes,
You were
that
sounds
was
thinking
it,
like
it was-
actually.
You were
That
thinking
is
it was
it.
Joey Lauren Adams, which
Yep.
I
Yes,
thought of
exactly.
later. But
I
it wasn't. It
definitely
Renee
was like,
Zellweger.
Jen's wrong. And then I IMDb'd it and I was like, Jen is correct.
I after the show was like, I know she's wrong,
Yep.
and I also IMDb'd
Yes.
it and was like,
Huh.
Full on
Look at
surprised.
that.
Why do we think it
Wow.
was? Why do we think it was the other actress in that?
I
So
think
I'll
because
tell
she's
you why.
not Renee Zellweger in that movie. Like she's
Uh-huh.
like
Right.
Yeah.
It was her first role,
Yeah.
I think. Like her no, that was the first time we were seeing her. And and then also her voice was very Joey Lauren Adams like.
Yeah, she had
Uh-huh.
that little voice in it, and she
Yeah,
did the
it
like
was-
sugar high, like she did it like it was so cutesy.
you guys
It
are
was
telling me
raspier than it normally is. It
You
was
didn't-
more
you didn't see her in Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Is what you're telling me?
I
Mm-mm.
did, but I can't remember.
Okay, I'm just saying it wasn't the
Okay.
first time we saw her.
Was it? Is the first time we saw her Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
I think that might have been before. I just wanted to mention for dear listeners that there is a
Okay.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the franchise out there with Renee Zellweger up in
Okay.
it.
Well, you can
Alright.
fact check after this.
Yeah.
I'm just now noticing that you put your name on here as icon.
It was auto saved from the last time. And I was like, I will be keeping that,
Obviously.
obviously.
Amazing.
Do you have any
Amazing.
other corrections or anything else you want to like?
Embarrassing moments or things to tell Jen she was right. No, I'll save
Yeah.
those. I'll make a list. She's right often.
He called me out this morning. He was like, "Oh, so apparently we're a relationship podcast now." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, he was like, "You talked about your breakup." And I was like, "I talked
didn't.
about everything. I talked about everything on here."
I didn't quite say it like that, but okay.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly how you
all right.
said it. Because it was
You're-
a Marco Polo.
Guess what? You're right. Jen's right.
Once again.
Once again. Mhm.
Which in true relationship fashion, on again, off again, we are on again. So should I have talked about it on the podcast? Probably not. Will I talk about it in 2 more weeks if something else changes? Absolutely.
Love it. And
Yeah.
I would expect nothing less.
I will keep you all on the edge of your seat.
Will they, won't they, will they, won't they?
Yep.
Listen, I want whatever is best for Jem, but I will say that yesterday she made her on again guy review my book, so I appreciate him.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
She was like, okay, I've got my sister and my brother and this guy.
Oh, I gotta
it's
get
all
David
happening.
on it.
Yeah, get David on it.
Get
Oh,
David
he'll
on
do He'll
it.
do it in a heartbeat. We understand reviews in this household. He will do
Yes,
it.
thank you. My like Ben has like this group of guy friends that he goes and has coffee with on Fridays, and I love it. I'm like, oh, it's your coffee club. It's the Coffee Cuties, and he's like, okay, stop.
Is that their name?
No, that's just what I say.
But I feel like they should have one.
I also think that, and he's like, okay,
Mocha Bros.
Stop talking about it, or
Okay.
we're gonna stop doing it.
Okay.
Our friend Katrina calls it their tea party. It's, we all think it's adorable. And he said, he was like, okay, you guys, everybody review Sally's book. And he was like, they were all like, oh, well, I'm not quite finished with it. I haven't. And then he was like, what the frick are you gonna like write like a critical review of it? Like, just go say it's good. We just numbers. We're numbers.
Yep. 5-star, and then write the review that says A++++++++.
Yeah, I loved it. That's it.
That's it. That's all you need. You get in, you get out.
Yeah, it's like, what are you getting? Where you become literary critics? What's happening?
This isn't Yelp.
Yelp.
this
It was on a dark and stormy night at my favorite cafe on the corner was closed.
Also, you know this person. Like, we don't. You're not gonna say something mean. Ding dongs.
Maybe some of them are.
Oh, you're right.
Kidding.
Oh,
No,
man.
that took it to a dark place. Everyone has lovely things to say. How dare.
So not everybody, but most people.
Well, and that one person that, you better believe that me and Ben have already done a deep dive and figured out exactly who she is.
I don't know what you're
Well, Ben
talking
did.
about. I'm assuming it's a bad review. Let me tell you, on my first book, everybody, my first book is called The Simply Vegan Cookbook, and there's some jerk out there who said the book is called The Simply Vegan Cookbook. This book is not vegan. It uses mayonnaise. He gave it a 1-star review. That review was pushed up to the top
Of
because
course.
people kept clicking on it. So then I was like, I wrote vegan mayonnaise in the book, right? Like, even though the title is clear, did I write vegan mayonnaise? So I did. I went back, looked at it, it says vegan mayonnaise. I even have, to take it a step further, a recipe for vegan mayonnaise that you can make from scratch in the book and use that if you want, or you can use store-bought vegan mayonnaise.
Yeah.
And that review is still there. I petitioned Amazon to take it down, put all the reasons out there, sent out a blast to all of my friends at one point and was like, I need everybody to report this review. It's still there. So
It
I feel
sucks.
you.
I know.
I got triggered.
People are terrible.
I'm like, I'm gonna go write a review and be like, this has the best vegan mayonnaise recipe I've ever
It's
had.
okay. The book's out of print now, so I mean, I guess which makes me feel old and also maybe accomplished. So I guess it being out of print means it wasn't selling enough. But hey, I have a book that's out of print. Look at that.
You have a book that's out of print.
And guess who
That's
has a
Positive
copy
spin.
of
Look
it?
at me.
And I have one of them.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
You can sell that for a lot of money now, I think.
I can and I will. I will.
I've been trying. It's all over eBay.
Yeah. Mhm.
You know what I found is that, I had my publicist, of course, sent out free books to people before to see and review. I have found some of those books on resale sites.
Oh, wow.
A, there's no market for it. B, free book. Is this your racket? These
They're
bookstagrammers.
making that money.
In defense of these racketeers, I don't think that they're doing it I don't know if they're doing it to make money. That would be shitty if they were. If it were in the spirit of recycling books that they've already read and no? Okay.
I mean, take it to your free little library.
That's it.
Give it
Better
to a
That's the
friend.
one. That's
Better
the one right
idea.
there.
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
It was
People are
on for
terrible.
$25. I was like, that's wild.
Sorry, I just made a loud
Wow.
noise in my microphone. A bit of a guffaw.
I know.
Wild.
Okay.
You should
Yes.
All right. We should get to our
ban
list,
them.
yeah?
Okay.
Oh,
Let's
I'm
do it.
sorry. I was like, get to our list? We should.
Yes.
Well, because as Dustin, as you have already mentioned to Jen, we are now a relationship podcast. So I have brought a list for you guys from Board Panda. It was compiled by Justin Sandberg, and it is 45 people share annoying habits of their spouses that they choose to ignore. And here's what I want to know. On these that I mentioned, I want to know if they would be deal breakers for you guys or not.
Okay. The fact that they can choose to ignore them, that is, that says a lot about their relationship. That they're really
Can I tell you about the current one I'm ignoring?
Yes, please.
Yeah. But don't say anything bad about my David. I swear to God,
It's not bad about him.
Okay.
It's just what's happening. There's a hand towel in the bathroom that he will take down and lay on the front of the sink when he shaves, but then he doesn't put the hand towel back up into the hand towel rack. And so I usually leave it for like half a day and it doesn't end up. And I'm like, why are we not putting it back into the hand towel rack?
Do you think
Also, what's the purpose
that
of
would
it
annoy
down?
me. I've totally turned on
Oh, wow.
David Rossetti.
That's all it took.
Just kidding.
Anyways, let's get into a list. I didn't mean to hijack this already. The minute you said it, I was like, I've got a serious one right now. That's a repeat offender.
Here's what I'm concerned about with this hand towel is that, like, if he's using it to shave so that the little pieces of like hair don't get on the back of which I respect because I am often cleaning the back of the sink and it has little hairs in it. But then, like, shouldn't the hand towel just go in the laundry? And
I don't know if
be
that's
hung
what
back
it's
up?
used for. I can't tell. I don't see hair on it. You know what I mean? I don't know what the purpose of the towel being there is for.
Yeah.
And I've just not brought it up. I'll bring it up, everyone. I'll report back next time.
Okay,
on my
please
next
report
visit.
back. Yes.
Or maybe I'll just start throwing it in the hamper, but I don't think we have enough hand towels for that business.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, how often does he shaving?
It's like every other day.
Oh my God, you can't.
Yeah.
Who has that many hand towels?
Yeah, please.
Sounds to me like he needs a dedicated towel for his shave. He needs a shaving towel.
Nailed it.
And it belongs
That's it.
under the sink. And it
Nailed
folds
it.
up. And he puts it away when he's done. It doesn't belong on that rack.
It's not a hand
There's like
towel.
tiny little
podcast.
hairs.
You just gave this great advice. That's fantastic. We'll do.
You're welcome.
Done and done.
If there's anybody listening that wants to give me my own solo advice column podcast.
Oh, wow. She's leaving the band.
I'm
She is
joking.
manifesting
I'm
over here.
Dustin makes me mean. When I'm around Dustin, I get mean.
I know, but like, be mean to him, not me.
I know, you're right. I will. I'll be mean to him.
Besides, who would edit that podcast, Jen?
It's in the edit.
What would we
That's
do
true.
with it?
God damn it. I could never do a podcast by myself because I don't know how to do anything except for talk. And that is actually the truth.
Okay, so I hijacked.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. I think that like fits in exactly with the spirit of this list. Okay, this one, and I think that Ben would say this about me. It says he's like living with a poltergeist. My cabinets are constantly left open, and you guys, that I do that. I do.
You do that?
I do that. Yes. All of these, like anything that is going to be, I'm like the person who, when I hang out with my girlfriends and they're shit talking their husbands, I'm like learning things. And I'm like, oh, that's like me. I do that.
Is there a particular cabinet you leave open? Like, is it the one with the snacks or something, or like?
It's like my clothes drawers, my like, you know, the anything really. It's like I just am like moving too fast, and I'll like open and I'm trying to do too many things, and I don't come back to it. I also like, this is I think probably one of the most annoying things I do. We'll have to ask Ben, but I will like open. I won't close like a lid of like a peanut butter jar all the way. And so then he'll go to take it and it'll like fall off. And it's just, it's all attention. It's all like ADD, like just not following through on things.
I got it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to move too fast. My brain is on something else. I'm not paying attention.
Yep.
But yeah. So, you know, you guys, I'm not perfect. I know I feel you guys think I am.
I know I give off this perfection. The vibe is perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Does he embrace these quirks?
Thank you.
That's a good word.
A good word. Yeah. He's like a saint. He's very tolerant
Love it.
of me, and he's also the person that, like, when I say like, "Oh, I don't this thing that you do, I don't like," then he like changes his behavior. And when he tells me something that he doesn't like, I'm like, "That's just me, babe. Live with it. Learn to live with it."
I think probably there's been growth on both sides.
There's been growth on both sides. I do try.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I used to always leave the shower, the thing that you turn to make the shower come on in like a shower like that. I used to always leave that on so that when he went to turn on the water, it would just immediately shower on him. And he was like,
"Oh my God.
Can you please? I've gotten wet so many times. Can you please?" And I don't do that anymore.
There you go. Growth.
These are all things that my 13-year-old son or 14-year-old son 14-year-old son does constantly. Yeah.
I'm like a 13-year-old boy.
There you go.
He's very smart.
Yeah,
but
see?
Forgetful.
Listen, where our brains are working on a higher level, Jen.
It's true.
Okay. He used to wash his face with apple cider vinegar every night before bed. It was like sleeping next to a pickle.
I have done that before. I had an apple cider vinegar face washing phase because when I was younger, I had terrible skin. And that was just one of those weird things that somebody told me, you know what you should be doing?
Yeah.
Like I remember somebody telling me you should wash your face with lime peels or something, or lime or lemon. And I was like, I guess. So I tried everything. I mean, it was a very short-lived.
Yeah.
But I remember like doing that at some point. I would like put it on the little pads and like, but yeah, then it would like made my whole bathroom smell. My roommates hated it.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. I'm trying to see. I didn't realize that was a thing ever. I'm shocked by this.
I feel like people like apple cider vinegar is one of those things that like, people are like, "Oh, just take a drink of it. It'll like cleanse you out or do
Sure.
whatever."
It's a
I'm like,
cure-all.
people act
It's
like it's like some kind of
Windex
miracle thing. I'm
on-
like, it's just vinegar.
But it's got to
Like-
have the mother.
It needs the mother.
The mother.
It's like coconut oil. It's like either if there's an ailment, either coconut oil or apple cider vinegar is going to cure you, or tea tree oil.
Tea tree oil, which will also make you smell like butt. That is, okay. This is like, I think this would be a deal breaker for me. This is so disgusting. In all our years together, he has never used a nail cutter. He bites off his toenails.
That's
deal
disgusting.
breaker.
How do you ignore that?
And also
Deal
how?
breaker.
Horrible.
That's a flexible boy.
There's a family member of mine who used to bite their toenails, and it's a contortion-looking sort of thing. It's your leg up to your face. You're literally going like you look like a bebe.
Oh,
but biting your toenails?
That's nasty. Deal breaker.
It's so nasty. It's so nasty.
I think this is the one. Is always like my pet peeve is like husband always manages to choose this to shave the day I clean the bathroom. So, but baby Ben needs a shave towel.
Yeah,
There you go.
Maybe
that
that's the
should
one.
be our next big next big invention. I was gonna say our invention, like I've ever invented anything, but there should be like some sort of like plastic like bag that clings around a sink. Depending on the size, and it's for shaving. And then when you're done, you just like, it's like, like a crock pot liner, but it's a sink liner for shaving.
I used to put like I dampen paper towel and line my sink with that. And when I had to like trim, like when my beard was like really long, and then I would just swoop it all up and put it in the trash.
My ex-husband used to do that, but if
I love
little
it when I
hairs
go down
didn't
the
still
same road
get
as your
stuck
ex-husband.
everywhere. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, those little hairs get everywhere. I find them lots of places. Okay, this is also disgusting. Wiping his face with curtains.
What?
Who? What? I'm sorry.
Animal.
Animal.
That's insane. If I ever caught my child doing that, I would give them such a look of disgust. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No.
Like every once in a while, I'll catch Max like wiping his hands on the couch, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? But like, yeah, if he
That's
if
a
he
no.
Oh,
No, bro.
no, bro.
no, bro.
No, like we are adults here.
Yeah.
We live in a house. Okay. I'm wondering how you guys would feel about this one. Okay, this one says my partner, who's a doctor, wears used scrubs in the bed.
Ew.
No.
Isn't the whole point of scrubs is to like you get them off you and you put them far away because they're contaminated
Yeah. Yeah.
in a bed?
In a bed.
I know people that won't allow outside clothes. Like you can't sit on a bed if it's clothes that you wore that day. Like they're like, I'm not like that, but I do get that sentiment, but I don't do
Yeah.
that. But if somebody slept in the bed with their scrubs on
Mm,
that they
That's-
touch
again-
sick patients with all day long, that's insane.
yeah, not here for it.
It's like blood and bodily fluids. Ew.
So yeah, I mean, I was thinking that they were like used scrubs, like, oh, these are just old pairs of scrubs as PJs. But
Oh,
you guys
that's
are thinking
fine.
it means like they're coming
Yeah, I
home
think-
from work in their scrubs and just
Yeah.
being
That's
like,
what it sounds like.
I'm getting in bed
Yeah.
with you, honey.
Old scrub is PJs, like whatever.
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah.
be fine. If they were like washed, that's fine. But I feel like this person's coming from home being like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm a doctor. I gotta go sleep right in my scrubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Not here
you
for it.
know, no thanks.
Mm-mm.
Okay. She puts honey on macaroni and cheese and pizza and basically any other food involving cheese and plenty that don't. She's a gross little bug, but she's my gross little bug, so I'm willing to let it slide.
I don't hate that at all.
I don't.
I can name a
don't-
million ways that honey would be really good in that instance. If you ever put hot honey on a pizza, it's delicious.
That's
And
hot
put
honey. It's two very different things.
But I could see honey on a pizza being if the pizza's spicy enough.
Oh, I agree with you.
And people put honey on cheese all the time. Charcuterie
I mean, people
boards.
put worse things. Some people put like ketchup on everything.
Yeah.
So like honey's not terrible. I think the first one you said was mac and cheese though.
Mac and cheese.
Like
yeah.
I don't love that one if it were like a buffalo mac and cheese. See, I want to have like the other flavor components, like something
You need the
spicy to like
balance.
balance out the like you're
Salt,
saying, Jen, with
fat,
the
acid, heat.
yes, chef.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. As long as you're not putting it on my mac and cheese, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Onker. I don't give a fuck. Okay. LOL, my fiance brushes his teeth, bent over the sink with his mouth open and toothpaste just pouring out all over his hand, arm, sink. It's so bizarre. Like, just stand up and have your mouth slightly open like a normal person. It makes me laugh every time.
Do you think he does it to make her laugh? Because there's a difference. If he was
Right.
doing it to be funny, I would think that was hilarious.
Like, just
Just the logistics of that feel like a very messy like start to your morning and end to your evening. Like
It is.
It's like a very Jim Carrey brushes his teeth.
Yes,
Like,
every time.
Yeah.
do you guys do or do you know or have you lived with anyone like when they brush they do a hefty like with it to like
Like at the end, or just
Yeah.
like again? No.
yeah yeah
And-
me neither.
No, but I mean, if it did happen, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
me neither.
It'd be great. I'm wondering how you feel about this one because I know you are a huge bidet fan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So it says, when my husband uses our bidet, he finishes by squirting some water in his butthole and then squirts it back out. Even with the fan on, I can hear it from the next room. It's so disgusting. So I'm just imagining it's like,
Those are really thin walls.
Yeah, I mean, this person's really listening. I mean,
I know.
I'm sitting on one right now and you can't even hear it. So like
it's whisper quiet.
yeah, I mean, this person is really, really listening to the bidet habits of their partner. Like that is some like glass to the door.
I'm more annoyed with the partner, to be honest with you.
Than the person.
Yeah,
with
like I
the-
could be like, I could totally see the bidet person being like, my partner is constantly listening to me when I'm on the bidet and commenting on if I'm squirting water out of my butthole or not. Like, it's like, let it get, leave him alone.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm impressed with his commitment to a clean bum.
Yeah.
Got it. Inside and out, apparently.
It's all around. Yeah, I feel like you can't comment on what people do in the bathroom. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
you
their
know,
space.
bodily
Aside from a
function
shave
wise.
towel.
Aside from a shave
But
towel, yeah.
besides that.
And like, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna do a couple more. Okay. Okay, sniffing his hands after touching his balls, which is, I think,
Ew.
I mean,
Is that a thing guys need to do?
no.
Okay.
I mean, do
Okay.
you need to touch your under boob and then sniff your hand?
No.
I'm
I
equating the
don't
two
need
of the.
to,
You're
but
like, I don't need to, but now that you mention
now
it,
you mention
I was
it.
like, should I be?
Should I? How's that smell?
No. But I thought the way you were about to say, I mean, I thought you were going to be like, I thought you were pro.
Yeah, I thought you were
smelling
gonna
your
be
No,
like,
I
oh, it's
don't.
like
Yeah.
a good check
was
in on how
gonna-
your health is going.
well, no, like if that's your thing, like behind the closed door, then, buddy. Like if you
Right.
gotta like sniff your nuts, like what are you doing?
Sniff your nuts in private.
Maybe
And
that's
then
why
wash your
that guy.
hands, please.
Yeah, maybe that's why that guy like chews his toenails. He's really just it's
Ugh,
like an excuse to
That
sniff
one's
his
really
balls.
bad.
Gross.
That one's so
Oh,
bad. Choose your tone. Okay,
That is so
Um,
disgusting.
I do think this might be another one that Ben
Just
would
think
say
then
about
they're
me.
chewing the toenail and they like what did they go? They spit it out? Sorry, I just had to add that
Yeah,
little.
they're not. They don't have a little bag that they're
No,
like putting
so
the
they're,
clippings in
So like where's that going?
or swallowing it. Gross.
Oh, this just keeps an onion with layers.
Mm. And there's like stuff gets under your toes when you wear socks and stuff. So it's got to be like dirty and grainy and like gritty. You know,
Yeah.
what if we went to the beach that day?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Ew.
It's all gross. Yeah, this one Ben might say about me, but I can't do it any differently. But my wife blows her nose louder and more frequently than anyone I've ever met. I do. I blow my nose so loud. And it's because of my dad, like when I was a kid, it was like that he rewarded me for like doing a hard blow.
Oh
and
my
so now I feel like I
Oh.
can't, if I'm sick, like I feel like I can't, I need to like clear it. And I'm like, it will like, I do like a honk. It's very
Oh my gosh, I
unattractive.
love
Yeah.
it. David and I saw a meme that said, marriage is hearing your spouse sneeze from, across the house and yelling Jesus Christ every time you hear them sneeze.
One thing that drives me crazy are loud, abrasive sneezers.
Oh, like when somebody's
like they're
Achoo!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they're really putting it on. Like I had a coworker, I hope they're not listening. I had a coworker that used to sit behind me. And it was like, so I would face this way and this person would face my back. And the sneezes would knock me out of my chair. And then I had anxiety all the time. Like, because I was just like, when am I going to hear like a loud screaming sound? It was like screaming. Anyway,
It
sort
feels
of like,
performative.
it felt
where you're
performative
like,
to
what is
me.
going on? Are you okay? Do I need to call 911? Does Sarah Silverman need me to call 911 and
Yes.
clear the
I
room
will.
for you?
Clear the room.
Ugh.
Here's my card if you want.
It's like there's achoo and achoo, and then there's like like it's completely unnecessary.
Agreed.
Oh, so agree. Hard agree. All right,
Thank
well,
you.
that's my list.
Love
Guys.
Yay.
Good.
I hope David never listens to this episode.
Yeah, he won't.
He's listened. He enjoys
Yeah.
the ridiculous as well.
Hello, David.
I'm good. Hi, David. My list this week, if you guys are ready for it, is
Alrighty.
it's an article for it's a listicle for BuzzFeed.com written by good old Hannah Martyr,
Oh,
my best
Hannah.
friend that has no idea who I am. It is.
What if she has a
people are-
podcast where she's like, oh, and I got this from Jen O'Neill from Dumb Love. Maybe she's a big fan of your episode of Seduced to Slay.
Oh, maybe she is.
I know I
Oh
am.
my God. I hope we meet one day. This is titled People Are Sharing the Wild Culture Shocks They Experience Marrying into Ultra-Rich Families, and I can't believe the 1% are actually like this.
Ooh.
All right.
And one person said, I really hope that marrying into a rich family worked out for some, but for me, it was a nightmare. What do you guys think? Like, would you, first, if given a choice, would you want to marry into a super rich family, or do you already think that it'd be not worth the trouble?
I already think it would be not worth the trouble. I think that like ultra rich people are weird.
Mhm,
They're
mhm.
weird, and they're like in, very insular because
They're
they're
out
probably
of
very
touch,
protective
too.
of their wealth. And I
Yeah.
just feel like that would be a whole, you would just never feel comfortable.
There tends, in my experience from watching shows about ultra rich people on HBO, it seems that there tends to be one person who runs everything, and everyone lives for that one person, and every move you make has to be approved by that one person. And if that were the case, I would not want it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sure
I
there's
think-
some very lovely ultra rich families, but I'm like, I feel like on the whole.
Yeah, the vibe would have. I would entertain it.
Sure,
And
sure.
The
sure.
vibe would have to be on, and I would have to date the person for a very long time and know that like because I have done private chefing and had some clients who were out of control that I literally was like, I can't be around people who treat money like this. Like, it's literally like, let's just set some $100 bills on fire today for fun. Like, I mean, not that they weren't doing that, but that was what it equated to me, essentially, wild.
Yeah.
I used to love those stories. Your private chefing stories were so fun.
Do you remember how I'd be like, oh, I'm not going to tell it. And then I'd like tell one little thing about a certain client. And then it would just like, I'd be like, and then this, and then this. And then I was just like full on like, and then I was like showing pictures on my phone. And like, I was like, all this happened and all. And I was like, sorry, I shouldn't have opened that door.
Deep dive.
Yep.
But they were fascinating though.
Truly.
This one says, after my dad married my stepmom, they moved to the super affluent suburb of Chicago where she grew up. It was rumored to be full of mob money. At a dinner, one of their neighbors asked, "Where do you winter?" And he almost spit out his water. I mean, I feel like I've heard, like, I'm definitely not one of those rich people, but like the neighborhood that I live in, I always feel like I have to be like, I live in the poor side of blah, 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 like my neighborhood. But my kids go to school with a lot of like wealthy people. And I feel like that is the thing that it's like they spend their summers here and their winters there, or like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
David and I always make fun of an episode of Friends where Phoebe's meeting, I think, Paul Rudd's parents, her husband eventually, but she's they're saying things to her that are like, they're so rich. And then eventually she just doesn't know how to respond. She's like, where do you summer? And she like puts it, and it's like, David and I will say it when we're in a situation now, where do you summer?
That's awesome. This one says, per my wife, listening to your mother complain about your family's personal pilot really seemed odd. Listening to her complain about having to manage your cottage in the summer, a huge estate on a wonderful lake in New York, really puts my waitressing job in perspective. My wife and I are the same as always. I'm still her quote unquote arrogant prick. So I guess the husband is saying what his wife, what her complaints
he's like, oh, my
my
humble wife
called in sick today. Yeah.
He's like, I met my wife when she was a waitress and I left $1,000 tip.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's how they met. Yeah.
I think to marry into rich money where the vibe is like intense, you have to be like you have to have aspirations of being that type of rich person where you want to get into that vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you want money to become that different otherworldly thing to you. That's my perspective.
People do marry for love sometimes, Dustin.
Sometimes they marry for money and that's what they're there for. And To the people who marry for money and that's their goal, I say get it. If you're willing to, Anna Nicole Smith knew what she was doing and she wanted
I
that money,
know.
honey, and I say
But
great.
he was so funny.
So
That
funny.
guy.
So in love.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Kisses.
This says, what shocked me the most was finding out my wife was threatened with the punishment of getting bagged cereal instead of boxed. That's a weird thing to threaten your kid with.
If you're so rich that's like,
I mean, the bag cereal's generic cereal, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember thinking as a kid, I was like, oh, that is not the good cereal.
Like how sad.
Because
Because it was on it was like on the lower shelves too.
Yeah. Mhm.
This one says, I married into a family who is well off. I come from below the poverty level. It was a big shock when our wedding present was a paid off house. Random expensive gifts like watches, etc., have always made me a little uncomfortable since I don't really know what to do besides say thank you. We have received 2 paid off homes in 10 years. With one worth over $500,000. It's been a wild ride, but thankfully we will be able to provide for our kids due to it. That's my sister's first wedding she was gifted a paid for condo on Peachtree on the corner, like a really nice.
I mean, I'll take a home.
Yeah, I'll take a house. I take a paid off house.
Totally
Homeownership
paid
is
for.
real hard, and getting there can be real hard. If somebody wants to plop a home down in our life, we will take it.
Yeah. I mean, I know my mother-in-law listens to this podcast, so Martha.
Listen, and
We'll
I
take
say,
a house.
I say we because David and I are open to polyamory. If it's a sugar daddy and he wants to buy us a house, we're here for it.
Right. Yeah.
From now on, I'm only dating guys that want to buy me a house.
Whose parents
Just
want to buy
kidding.
a house.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it has to be their parents.
I'll date anyone that wants to buy me a house.
Right? Yeah.
So what I'm getting is we're all in this for home ownership.
Yeah.
We're all on board for that.
I mean, I have a house. It's just not paid off. So
Yep.
I'll just whatever. Ben, my husband, his family, like just growing up, definitely had a little bit more money than mine did. And I remember the first time going out to dinner with him when we were like 23 and he ordered an appetizer. And like the way my jaw dropped, I was like, are you fucking King Tut? Like what? Like who orders appetizers? Like that's
I don't think we had them either. Like
No.
when we
we
went
weren't
out.
allowed to order.
Yeah, we were not ordering
No.
appetizers.
Yeah,
No.
just willy-nilly. Like, yeah, that's just a thing to do. I'm gonna have some calamari.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no. Mm-mm.
who are you?
Same.
Money bags?
Money bags over here.
This one says, the casual wastage of food. I come from a family of school teachers and spent part of my childhood on single income, rice and lentils for days. So my significant other came from a family of a surgeon and a mid-level businessman's heiress. Huh? The kind of meals that they would put out for 4 people still make me squirm. Lobster, 3 kinds of fish, a big meat dish, plus a few vegetarian sides, 3 shop-bought desserts for 1 meal for 4 people. Naturally, no one would be able to finish the food, and unless leftovers were specifically requested, it would all be tossed because leftovers aren't healthy, is what they said.
Oh my gosh.
Never mind that the household staff would gladly have taken it home. They haven't earned the right to enjoy such lavish meals. Okay, now they totally fucking lost me.
Yeah.
I find it utterly crass. I had to train my significant other to live within our means, say please and thank you to service people and mean it, and to donate things instead of letting them rot. Life is so much better now. Listen, I don't know how they got past that.
That's what I was thinking.
You know what
I mean?
I don't know
Like,
how you got
did you
that far.
see a person do that and you were in?
Yeah.
And you're
You
like,
were
I
like,
can train them. Yeah.
I mean, maybe
Wow.
they were like somewhat estranged from their family or at least like questioning or, you know what I mean? Like at the point where
maybe
there
But,
had to be
yeah.
signs. Cause that would be a hard no for me.
Oh, that's the whole haven't earned the right to enjoy such lavish meals makes me want to throw my computer across
Yeah.
the
And I'm sure they
room.
made the people working there throw it away. Like, no,
Yeah.
you throw it away.
God, that makes me so mad. Okay.
Rich people waste a lot of food too.
Mm.
I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
I'm
You've
just
seen
saying.
it.
It happens. Taking
I'm not
one
gonna tell
bite
the
of
story,
things
but
and going, one bite, one bite,
There's a really great nonprofit called Musically Fed. My ex-boyfriend used to be on the board of it. It was and so I did some volunteering for it, but it's called Musically Fed, which is where they basically just like go to artists and performers who have craft services, and they say like, hey, can we take your leftovers and drive it to shelters? Like it's
Love it.
that easy. All you have to do is say yes. We do everything. Like the
Yep.
Musically Fed does everything else. They send people to pick it up, they drive it over the shelter. Zero work
Yep.
it takes.
Love that.
You would be surprised how many artists say no. Or
Yeah.
it's not them per se, it's more like their managers and their
Manager,
whatever
sure.
just don't want to deal with it. And
Yep.
it's like, so you would rather throw away all this food than just like have somebody else come grab it and go give it to a homeless shelter? Like, it's crazy.
yeah,
But it's a
that's
wonderful organization, and I'm glad that they do it. But it's crazy to me how many people are like, no, just because I don't want to deal with it.
yeah, and you know
Yeah.
100% that's like, yeah, whoever the tour manager is just like, I'm just blanket knowing this. I don't want to deal
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I know. I'll just do a couple more. That if something, this one says that if something like an oven or chair is only slightly broken, they just get a new one entirely. Also, because they took so many awesome trips to places like Myrtle Beach and Disney World. Sorry, I'm just laughing at Myrtle. I mean, it is a great place. I'm just saying, like, we're
Yeah, I
talking
thought
about
it was
like
like,
1%.
Is that sarcastic?
I know. Let me finish reading it. That
No.
might be sarcastic. Also, because they took so many awesome trips to places like Myrtle Beach and Disney World, the kids, including my boyfriend, literally don't care and often skip most of the trips now. Then this is making more sense. Like, the only vacation my family has ever taken is camping, and my parents have had the same appliances for like 20 years. It didn't change our relationship, but it did cause me to see how little value their family places in these things.
Listen,
Okay,
Disney's expensive.
No, it is expensive.
it's crazy. No, I wasn't saying. I was laughing at Myrtle Beach, not Disney. Disney's
Same though.
crazy expensive.
The Myrtle Beach is interesting. That's an interesting one. I went to Myrtle Beach with them. I'm good. I don't want to do anything else now. I'm good. You want to take me to
Yeah.
Geneva? Nah, I've been to Myrtle Beach.
Nah,
Forget it.
Yeah.
Please.
You guys always get to go to the awesome places like Myrtle Beach,
I
Pigeon
heard you-
Forge.
I heard you guys were taking a ride on the PJ, but I'm cool. I'm just gonna go to Myrtle Beach again.
Rich people always get those cool airbrushed matching t-shirts.
Yeah.
Oh, Myrtle Beach.
Okay, I'll just do this one last one and then we get okay. I was shocked by how they hired help for everything you can imagine. A lawn guy, a cleaner, an AC guy, someone to hang your curtains, someone to build your furniture for you, a seamstress to make curtains for you when you wanted new ones. My mind was boggled because I've always done everything myself on YouTube or everything myself or YouTubed it because I couldn't afford to call a technician. Same.
Same. There was
Yeah.
a small window when I lived in Atlanta where we got a housekeeper maybe 4 months where I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to do it. And we did it like bi-weekly.
Yeah.
Listen, it was magical. Best money I've ever spent. And it wasn't even that pricey. But even after like 4 months, I was like, we've got to cut it out. Like I can't afford. And plus like,
Yeah.
I can clean the house. Like I mean, don't get me wrong. We still want to have that. Like it is something to aspire to, but like having those skills as a human is important, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at the point now, like I'm old enough and I've lived at a low level of income for long enough that I now have those skills, and I can confidently say that if I had the money, I would pay. I would outsource everything. I would outsource cleaning, cooking. I mean, everything. I would.
If I could afford it, I would definitely pay for cleaners. It's something I used to have for a few years when I was married and we had a dual income, and I was. It didn't make sense it was almost like we were so busy making money in other places. I understand. But
Yeah.
then now I'm in a position to where like, well, I would get a job as a cleaner if it made me money. So I might as well clean it myself, you know?
Oh yeah.
So-
I mean, we're not, but I would.
But I do
have someone come detail my car. I would.
Oh yeah, that's
all of it.
I think we had that done once when we were gonna sell a car, and it's just magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not something we can do like regularly. Let's get it detailed.
I do think it's crazy that when people hire, but I mean, people have money and some people are bad decorators. But I think it's funny when people hire people to put up their like Christmas decorations or their Halloween decoration. Like they like pay a service to
My
do
mom
it.
just has me over and says, "Here's the tree. Put it up, please."
So I know a woman and her husband. Actually, our friend Virginia is her like best friends. That is their business. Is that they put up Christmas lights, and that's their only business. They are like work 3 months out of the year, and they make
That's amazing.
ton of money.
Yeah,
and
that's
like
great.
I don't know a ton of money, but they make a good living. But there are enough rich people in Atlanta that are like, decorate my house,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they
And then they make that money. They head to Myrtle Beach.
and then they head
Yeah.
to the beach.
Great places like Myrtle Beach.
They're out the boardwalk. They're
Mhm.
riding the whippoorwill. They're
Yep.
doing it.
Oh,
well, that was a
gosh.
great list. May we all aspire to be on that list someday. You know,
Yes.
Yes.
Ish.
ish, yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, should we get to our list this
Yeah,
week?
let's do it.
Okay. So this week, Dustin, our guest on our show, I was going to say guest host,
Icon.
icon,
Our guest
Um,
icon.
has chosen the topic, and it's one of his favorite. Is it your favorite holiday, or is Christmas your favorite holiday?
No, I love Halloween. Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I was actually thinking to myself today that I really need to get to Chicago during Christmas time because I'm so sad I'm going to miss Dustin and David's house during Christmas.
Well, I don't know what we're gonna do in the new space, so I don't know how extravagant because it's smaller.
Okay.
You know, there's not a stairwell, but
That just
The
means
decorations
it's
are
gonna
ready
be
to be-
more. It's gonna be like one of those bars where they just like cover everything.
just put it on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never
go
know. It's possible.
maximalist.
Yeah. Yep.
Go for it.
So Dustin decided that this week we should do our top 5 Halloween costumes. Not only like have we been, but what we aspire to be if we couldn't think of 5 that we've been. That's the caveat. So Dustin, do you want to start with your
Sure.
number 5?
Yeah. And did we do 5 and down? Is that how we go?
Yeah.
'Cause then
number
I'll
1
do-
is the best.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, then my first one is one that I aspire to be. It's a couple's costume, and I would like to be Romy and Michelle with David.
Ooh, I just watched that movie with Louise the
Oh,
other day.
did you
It was
tell me
so
she loved it?
fun. She loved it.
Oh,
How could you
good.
not?
I
Yeah.
love my
It was
little angel
awesome.
Lulu.
There were only a few scenes that I had to fast forward through.
Which ones?
There was just like when she was like, "Oh, Ramon, do
Oh,
me
Ramon.
so hard. Yes, you are like
I'm coming. Thanks. Get off me now.
explore me, Ramon." Yeah, that one.
Yep.
Uh-huh. And then and I kind of just ignored every scene where Janine Garofalo was like, "Oh, Toby, fuck off." Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was pretty good.
Okay.
I just love the whole movie. But that's a great.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great.
Do you think I should be Romy or Michelle?
I think you should be Michelle.
Thank you. That's who I want to be.
Okay.
But really, I'm happy to be either one of them because
Yeah.
that dumb voice that she does is Romy. It's great. Roomy.
Roomy.
All right. Well, my number 5, not as fun as that, but when I was like 5 years old, my mom made me a Hershey's Kiss costume, and it was like full on. Like I'm sure she made out
A
of
photo?
tinfoil.
Is there like the
don't- yeah,
little
a
paper out of
thing,
the
little
top?
paper out of the
Oh,
top.
Mom.
Adorable.
Isn't that adorable?
Mom.
I I love it.
My mom was not the costume gal. She was like,
really?
I wanted to do a talent show when I was in like the 3rd grade, and I wanted to do Paula Abdul's Opposites Attract, and I wanted to be the cat. And she was like, I don't know what you're expecting. So then I tried to do it on like a pillowcase, and I was like, we're scrapping this all together.
You were like 2 steps forward, 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
All the way back.
Amazing. My number 5 was me and my girlfriend Corey one year. We really just liked the movie, and then we weren't even thinking in terms of like, oh, guys love like schoolgirl outfits. But we were schoolgirl vampire sluts from outer space.
I just got horny.
I know. And then we were like, why is everyone hitting on us?
Oh my God, this is so weird.
I'm teenagers, and we were like, we just want to be like a horror movie, whatever. Like we really weren't even, this was back way before our brains were even comprehending like dressing sexy to a party. We were just like, what? We're schoolgirl vampire sluts from outer space. So what? Okay, what's your number 4, Dustin?
So number 4, so this is another couple's costume. So since David and I have been together, the first like several years, we were always traveling not together on Halloween. Then there was pandemic. There hasn't been any Halloween shenanigans. And now we're like adults. So we're hoping at some point there's some parties to go to with which to take advantage of these wonderful ideas that I have. Because the next one is Barb and Star from Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar. We want to be Barb and Star. So.
Oh, love it. Are you going to be Barb or Star?
It doesn't really matter, whichever one. It's fine.
Okay.
It's
whichever one is least disgusting.
Whichever one is least disgusting.
Okay.
Okay, my number 4 is I think last time you were on, we talked about Annie, and I played Annie in like a first grade musical.
Adorable.
And then I was Annie for the next like
perfect
3 years.
Annie.
Had to be for 3 years. Absolutely. You had to take advantage of that red wig, the red dress. You had to.
Dress. I'm sure by the end I was like so tight, holding my little dog.
Mom's like, we can get one more year out of this. I don't have time to make the Hershey's Kiss costume again.
She's like, suck it up.
Yep.
That's awesome. My number 4 is I really wasn't thinking of me and my friend Alice, I hosted a kids Halloween party, and I didn't think it through when me and my friend Alice just loved to quote Mommy Dearest to each other. So I was Mommy Dearest and she was Christina. And so I dressed as Mommy Dearest whilst hosting a child's Halloween party.
That's a nope.
That was a rough.
Big old nope. Wow.
I was wielding a wire hanger and everything.
Jen!
I know.
Did your friend at some point go cry with flour all over her face and go,
yes,
Jesus.
We have pictures of her being like, ow. And I was like, I know, it's bad.
I do love that for an adult party though. Well, I guess nowadays I don't love it because we're making, but give 15, 20 years ago.
How old were the kid? If they were little, like they didn't get those references.
Oh, yeah, they didn't get it.
Have they seen?
They didn't. They didn't get any of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you had like cool parent friends who were like, "Yeah, you're fun."
Yeah.
There's a documentary on Faye Dunaway that is fascinating on HBO.
Ooh,
Max.
I'll check it out.
Max.
Awesome.
I think it's just called Faye, perhaps. So that
as long as my show, my one episode that I was on, Seduced to Slay, is on Max, it will be referred to as HBO Max.
It's on HBO Max because I think I paid to watch it on Amazon Prime when I could have just watched it. That's all right. That's all right. Maybe you'll get a penny off of that one day. We're on number 3. That's moi.
Yes.
Okay, so this is my last one that's an aspire to. But it's another couple's costume, and this is the first one that we've always talked about. I want to be the Mario Brothers, and I want to be like, I'm working on it. It's gonna take like another year, but I want to be like a jacked Mario.
Yeah.
Slutty jacked Mario.
Yeah, that's gonna go over big.
Gay party here in Chicago, and just arms and tits out and all the things, and just be a slutty Mario with my slutty Luigi. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I
love
feel like
that.
you're like your
You guys would make a
mustache is
perfect-
ready.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You and David would
Thank
make
you.
perfect slutty Mario and Luigi. That's
Thank
perfect.
you. Oh my god, thank you. Oh my god, thank you.
I mean, you would be Mario, right? And he would be Luigi because
I mean,
Luigi,
because
absolutely.
height wise, it's
Yeah,
just
height-wise.
really where we're at. Yep. Mhm.
And also, I is the Mario. I am the Mario. Okay, it's my turn. Sorry. I thought I had a Mario fact, and then I realized I can't remember it. And also, not interesting. Okay, so my number 3 is here is the issue, you guys, and I know this is gonna put me at odds with the two of you.
Are
But
you going to list 7 for your number 3? 7 different options for your number 3?
No, I'm not a Halloween person. Like I'm
Oh,
not.
okay,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
that's
I'm
okay.
sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all right. To each their own.
So I
It's
don't
just a
have
little hocus pocus.
I'm not against it. I'm just fairly neutral. I mean, I've come on now that I have a child. I have, I enjoy Halloween with him. It's very fun. I like it, but I don't have a lot of like adult. Like I haven't been to a lot of Halloween parties. Not a lot of adult costumes, but one that I did do that I thought was very fun. Ben dressed as Bob Ross, and I dressed as a contestant from The Price is Right, which I thought was very
awesome.
fun. I did like
That's great.
like made a thing, in the little.
Love.
And yeah, it was super easy. A box. Thought that was kind of fun.
Nice.
I love it.
Yeah,
That's
I
great.
love that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys ever been to The Price is Right?
No,
No, but I have Ian Aber was on The Price is Right.
was he?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Did he get?
Yeah.
He got to be like a contestant.
Was it him or Payne? One of them. It was him or his husband. And but I remember him posting about it. They were both there, but one of them got on it, and I can't remember which one.
I went with a group that I was on the road with, and the girl next to me she was like, it's so stupid when people like scream and go crazy when they get called, and then they called her name and she lost her shit. Like,
of course.
like
Yes,
just like
would you?
like couldn't breathe when she got up to the front and everything. She's just, oh my god. And I was like, okay, girl, all right, on camera. There we go. We got it.
That's so funny. My number 3 is it was actually our Halloween costume last year. Me and my ex-boyfriend dressed like SNL Spartan cheerleaders.
Love.
And it was kind of a perfect costume for our heights.
Mm-hmm.
Like he
Yeah.
was like super tall, and I was a little shorter, and with brunette, and so it was just kind of like it was fun. Unfortunately, one of the days we wore it was like I remember I started to get sick, and by the end of it, the day I was like done for, like flu. So I didn't enjoy my costume as much as I wanted to, but
That's a good one though.
made
That's a
good
good one.
pictures. Yeah,
It was
I love
very
that.
cute. It was very cute.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one is one that I've actually worn now. We're down to number 2, and I'm noticing now that I have no costumes from my childhood listed. Meanwhile, that's all of Sally's, and I'm like, what does it say about my childhood? I'm not
I know
surprised
it just says
by
that I
this,
don't
but-
have adult like
Okay.
costumes.
Well, so for number 2, it's kind of a twofer because I did it twice. First time I did it, it was just Britney Spears, the Baby One More Time costume, the skirt, the
amazing.
tied up
Yes.
shirt, and I waited tables at Bennigan's at the time, so I was
Yeah.
flopping around in a blonde wig, little pigtails and
So
everything.
fun.
You were doing Death by
Um,
Chocolate, some Turkey
yeah,
Toms.
Exactly. Turkey O'Toole.
Turkey O'Toole, yes. Oh,
And
so
then
good.
I did in the Wheelhouse Burger, that used to be my jam. And then I did it again years later when she was pregnant, same costume, just pregnant with a pregnant belly,
Yeah.
and went to some parties in New York. And I remember I was like making out with a guy, and my friend walked in, and she was like, I didn't expect somebody to actually find you attractive this evening. And I was like, I don't know. I know. Look at that.
I love that.
I do love that. Okay, so my number 2 is actually last year I was on Halloween. I was at a pottery camp. I was at
That tracks.
Yeah. I was at a pottery retreat for adults and on Halloween, and they were like, everybody come dress up. And so we all did we were like Ghost. So we were Demi Moore. We had pictures
awesome.
of Patrick Swayze on our shoulders looking at us, and then we like made fake pottery wheels, and then had the music on and like came up as we were like presenting this what we thought was like a hilarious costume to everyone, and all of these, because it's mostly old women, and all of these old women were just like, ugh. Like we put on Unchained Melody, we came up, we thought this is gonna be
What
They
the
didn't get it.
hell?
What
They
a
didn't
hit.
get
That's
it.
the best idea. Those
Yeah,
right?
it's perfect.
ladies suck.
Yeah, they
Oh,
sucked.
I wouldn't want to be at a pottery retreat with them.
Yeah. They were like in watercolor or something dumb.
Stupid idiot. Those are the watercolor ladies. I love there's like rival gangs. My number 2. This is the costume that almost was and should have been, but wasn't. And I'm still very bitter about it. I was dating my ex-husband, and I'm totally gonna sorry, I'm gonna send him up the river for this one.
Yeah, he deserves that.
Unforgivable. Okay, so I went with my girlfriend Katie to go buy Halloween costumes, and we were having a great time. And I decided that I found this like old like Jim Morrison looking wig and like a beard and these aviator glasses. Like think like when Jim Carrey did Jim Morrison at the VMAs.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
very much like that. And then I put on had put on this big like jean jacket, and like I'm already kind of like small chested or whatever. So like you truly couldn't tell that I was a woman under this like what I called old rocker dude costume.
Yeah.
And it was so funny to me and Katie. We were dying laughing, like just me walking around with this thing. It looked creepy because it looked like a 5'4" old rocker dude man, just
Yeah.
like being weird. And so I brought it over to Zach's house and put it on, expecting him to think it was so funny too. And he was like, "Oh, that's disgusting. Take it off. That's like not cool." And I was like, "Come on, it's funny. It's hilarious. Like, I'm so funny." And he was just like, "No, it's creepy. Like, I don't want to see my girlfriend looking like that." He's like, "Take it off." So I took it off, but I still totally intended to wear it. And then a party came around. It was a Halloween party before actual Halloween. And I got sick. I guess I get sick around Halloween. What's the thing? And so I got sick and I couldn't go to the party. So he took my costume and wore it to the party. And everyone thought it was the funniest thing in the world. I was like, it's not funny. It's only funny if a woman does it. It's not funny if a man does it. And everyone thought it was so funny. And then he got, totally wasted, ended up losing all the pieces to the costume at the party. And my costume was gone. So I'm still, and then Halloween comes around and I'm still real mad about it. So I dressed up as Courtney Love. And I want to say he was home maybe because he got sick. So I dressed up like Courtney Love, and he lived like 2 blocks away from where the bar was that everybody was hanging out at. And I was Courtney Love, but I was like real mad about it. And then I like drank a lot and I smoked cigarettes at the time. And I remember like angry walking over to Zach's apartment. And I opened up the screen door, and like him and his friend were sitting in there, and I flicked my cigarette into the apartment. And I like gave them both the middle finger, and then I walked off like a real Courtney Love.
I was gonna say
I was
you
really
were
channeling.
like, let me channel this
Yeah.
energy and bring it.
But
That
I
is
was
funny.
so mad because I was like, this is the worst costume. My costume would have been so fucking funny. So I think about it to this day.
Oh my gosh, that's good. That is very
Yeah.
good. Wow. All right, we on to number 1 here.
Yes.
Drum roll. Okay, so my favorite costume that I've ever worn, and actually one of the only other ones I can think of, Strangers with Candy, Jerry Blank.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Was the best because you just got to be Jerry Blank all night long. And like just be like dumb, and like my wig was perfection. Like it was so good. It was
Yeah.
like my favorite Halloween. I went to like 2 different parties and everybody would be like, who are you? And then when I'd start talking and say, they'd be like, oh my gosh, yeah. Oh yeah, Jerry Blank. And I was like, yeah. And I had like a backpack on, a little like composition notebook that said Jerry Blank spelled wrong on the front. It was just great. It was great. I loved
love
every second of it. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great costume.
Thank you.
That's so
See,
awesome.
that's why I need to
We
go to
need
more
pictures.
We need pictures.
I've got pictures of that one. I got pictures.
All right. Pictures of that. Pictures of pregnant Britney Spears, please.
I can't find the pregnant Britney one, but I found the first Britney one.
Oh.
Maybe somebody listening has a picture of it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're listening out there and you made out in on Halloween, 2016?
2007,
Misconnections.
2006.
Me, pregnant Britney Spears.
Pregnant Britney
You.
Spears, Washington Heights.
Evil clown.
Stranger's apartment.
You didn't have to take a picture, then get it developed, and you
Yeah.
still have it. It's in
Yeah.
it's in a folder somewhere. Okay, my number one is this is an aspirational, and it's just because I never did this because of, who I am and where I went to, grow up, is that I never dressed as a slutty anything.
Oh,
no.
I missed out on being a slutty whatever, being a slutty vampire, or a slutty nurse, or a slutty
spaceship goddess. What was it, Jen?
spaceship
Slutty
goddess
Freddy
alien.
Krueger, or slutty minion, or a
Right?
slutty Smurf.
But what was your
know.
first slutty thing that you did? Slutty, what was it?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't meant to be a slutty thing. It was
But it was
schoolgirl
slutty.
vampire slut from outer space.
So there
But it
you go,
wasn't
Sally.
But
That's it.
so
I like
this
the, it
brings
wasn't meant to be
to
slutty.
my number one. My number one costume that I was, and this was meant to poke fun at the slutty costumes,
Yeah.
was I was a slutty bag of trash.
Very good. Very good.
So I got holes in a big old industrial sized trash bag,
Uh-huh.
put my legs in it, arms, tied it around my neck, put pieces of trash around it, and I just told people I was slutty trash bag.
I love that.
I love it.
Very, very creative. Very creative.
And so easy.
Yeah,
so
so
easy.
easy. So inexpensive. Very good.
If anybody's looking for a quick
We're going to call that
slutty
thrifty.
costume.
Yep. Mhm.
Well, Sally, I implore you to slut it up this year.
Yes.
This is your year.
Do
I
you
mean, you
think
might
that
need somewhere to
walking
go.
around? Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say probably not trick or treating with my 8-year-old, but
Maybe when
What's it, a Tuesday? What is Halloween? It's a Thursday.
Yeah, that's the sluttiest
Yeah.
of all the
You
days.
can definitely be a slut on a Thursday.
Yeah.
You crazy?
I mean, maybe you take your kid trick or treating, then you and Jen go to one of those 80s, 90s dances that y'all love so much.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
we could
And
we
slut
could
it
go
up.
be. Well, slut
We-
it up.
Definitely need to find out if they're doing a Halloween party because we
Oh,
would
yeah.
Learn
love
the
it.
choreography to Thriller.
Yes.
Have a
Maybe
slutty
some
trash bag thriller
slutty
moment.
zombies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly right.
Yeah. I'm
Love
gonna
it.
tits out. It's gonna be great.
Tits out.
Well, that's our list, you guys.
Oh, wait.
Um,
I have
oh,
to
you
hijack
have
your
some-
podcast. I have one short list that I brought, and you can cut this out later if you want, because I know you're running short on time, but I got to give this list. Can you handle it?
I can handle a
Sure.
list.
All right. So this is the list. Everybody, I'm telling you out there, book reviews are important. And I just want to tell you that this is the top 5 reviews for Going to Maine, all the ways to fall on the Appalachian Trail. I'm just going to speed do them really quick so people know how wonderful this book is, okay? So number 1, although it did not convince me to hike the Appalachian Trail, it did inspire me to push myself in life and do the hard things. Sally's writing is smart, funny, and genuine. Love it. Give me 14 more of them. How much do we love that? Number 2, I flew through this book. If you want friendship, love, and a journey of self-discovery, get this book. Number 3, I want to be there for the endeavors and the amazing company told with heart and humor. Couldn't stop reading. Number 4, such an enjoyable read. It was so well written, entertaining, and kept me wanting to read more. A truly amazing story. And number 5 on the list. Let me just say that I know nothing about hiking or the Appalachian Trail, but I tore through this book in less than 2 days. Get it, Sally? That's awesome.
Yeah.
This book is about so much more than hiking. It's about love, friendship, coming of age, pushing yourself to do hard things, and best of all, it's so funny. Highly recommend A+++++++. Make sure you review this book, everybody. It really does help. So get on there and give it 5-star reviews. It deserves it. I thank you, Jen. Thank you, Sally. Thanks you. Running Wild Press. Thanks you. So go buy Sally's new book, Going to Maine, All the Ways to Fall on the Appalachian Trail. Everywhere books are sold. You won't be sorry. It's also just about gift giving season, y'all. So buy the gift that keeps on giving with this book for somebody. And while you're clicking buttons on your computer, be sure to visit Jen's OnlyFans, where she does fun things with homemade pies and balloon animals. She's trying to pay off those HVAC repairs, so every penny helps.
Oh.
Oh my God. You had me up until OnlyFans. But that's a great idea.
Not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah.
Whatever's going to pay off that bill, gal.
Oh, thank you so much for
Amazing.
that. That was, I mean, obviously not cutting
What a gift.
We're not
Yeah.
cutting that out.
How could you?
We're going to cut half the rest of the episode, but we're leaving those 5.
That is in. That is in for sure.
But sincerely, congratulations
thank you
on
so
your
much.
book launch and all those fabulous reviews. Well deserved.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Number 50.
Yes. Yes.
Love it.
All right. Well, tell us, what are you up to? Where can people find you? Give us
I'd love to.
the
So
dates
I've
and
got
deets.
my podcast everybody can listen to. So it's a cookbook podcast called Keep On Cooking. We go over a new cookbook every week. Often I have the authors on, so we peel through the book, talk about their favorite recipes they cried over, recipes they laughed over, recipes they tested 100 times and didn't get into the book, all those things. It's called
Yes.
Keep On Cooking. And
It's so
along
good.
with the
So good.
thank you, love. Along with the podcast, we just released a blog finally. So I've got a recipe blog up now. So it's keeponcooking.com. You can get the episodes for the podcast there. You can get free recipes there, recipes from the authors there, my recipes there. So it's just recipes for days, and all the episodes are up there as well. So at keeponcooking.com. And you can
Awesome.
follow that on Instagram at keeponcookingpod.
Awesome. I'm so excited about that. I didn't know you had a blog.
Just started it, babes. We're getting it going.
All right. Yes.
Dustin,
please
you're-
check that out.
Absolute treasure.
You are
Thank you
you're
so
an icon,
much.
legend.
Treasure, icon,
I-
legend.
Thank you so much. I am so happy to see both of you and be here. Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.
Yes, you guys, please go check out Dustin. Check out Keep On Cooking Pod. Keep On Cooking Pod.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Go
yeah. Mhm.
go check out Keep On Cooking Pod. And you can find us on Instagram at The Ridiculous Pod, on TikTok at The Ridiculous Podcast. You can rate and review. You could tell a friend. We would love that.
We would. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you, Dustin, for being here. You're amazing. And we'll be back next week on The Ridiculous.
Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridic. You. There.